We're going to switch gears and get into a little bit of Chicago local hip hop music. You're checking out Weekend at Gabe's with Weekend Gabe and the real Sam Crane on this Wednesday night. Joining us now is a Chicago MC who has the brand new album out, The Color Blue. D2X joins us. Good evening, sir.
What's up? Yeah, what's up?
Good, man. The new album is out. Are you excited? I know you are.
Yeah, I'm relieved. At the same time, I spent like the past 5 or 6 months working on it. So the fact that it's out, honestly, I didn't really have like that big of a rollout plan, but I kind of just went with the flow. I kind of announced like a week before. Most of the time, you might see people a month before, but I kind of like banked on how how music and like its relation to like the internet nowadays, hitting people quick, but with quality and value, and not making it too spaced out, keeps people still engaged and them to look forward to it. Because it's like nowadays a week feels like a month. So I've been trying to jam pack this whole rollout within this past week, and I'm gonna keep going further, but we just dropped the short film today.
Yeah,
the album released on Friday.
I want to talk about this short film.
Publications could keep picking up on it. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean, you finish your point, but I just wanted to talk about the short film, dude, because I mean, the album has the traction. It did exactly like you said. Hit them quick and fast. But this short film is like a deeper dive into you as a person, with the workout videos and everything that's going on. So talk about that.
Really, like this was like basically just like an entire like overall view of what my life was in the past. I don't know if you guys ever heard of St. Rita High School. It's a Catholic school on 7th in West Chicago. That's why I went all the way from 2012 to 2016 when I graduated. So I was kind of like going back into like my life and where people might have not seen the life that I, or knew about it, because, this is an introduction. So I just felt like, what better way of introducing like the city and across the country to know about me. And I just went back to my old high school. It was very nostalgic. I haven't been back to my high school before this film since 2017, and it was an amazing feeling to go back, and I want to give a big thank you to St. Rita for allowing us to come back and shoot, because they don't do that too much often, but being an alumni helped. So it was a great
time. The thing is beautiful. Like it's the lighting in there, every room, like it really felt like y'all gave it the attention it deserved. So shout out to y'all and the production team that was involved doing
that. The new album, The Color Blue, there's a lot of, like I mentioned in my review I posted this week and that aired on Vocalo, was that there's a lot of depth to it, a lot of spirituality, a lot of conflict, of being responsible, but still yet chasing your goals and your dreams, a lot to achieve, and I feel like you are like the blue collar worker. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the title itself.
No. But that's a great analogy for real. What really happened was it's so many reasons, and it's crazy. Like, I know I'm gonna always get the question, what's the meaning? It's so many meanings, but if I could give you like an overall meaning of the title, really it all starts back from just me. I kind of came up with this concept a few years back, but I started recording towards the album back in September of 2020 up until February we finished the mastering process. But The Color Blue really is just about really like the meaning itself of it being like a color can sadness and an emotional type of takeaway that you get from the color and the meaning, but it also means like wisdom and growth, and for me, rebirth, and like a new beginning for me. Also, that I took away with the cover was also from, I'm really into art. That's something that people might know. Like, besides music, like hip hop, I love jazz. Obviously, I love soulful music, if you could tell from the project. But I also am a fan of theater, and I'm a fan of art. I would go to museums all day long. So two painters of all time is Pablo Picasso and Basquiat. Michelle. So Picasso Blue had inspiration in that on the album, but overall, Pablo Picasso had a blue period back from 1901 to 1904, where he was just painting paintings for like 3-4 years straight, and just different variations and hues of blue. It all started from, he had a friend who committed suicide, and from that point in time, he went on like a 4-year period when he was just dealing with so much like negative situations in his life. So that color kind of displayed through his art what he was going through and events in his life. So that definitely inspired it. So this album is really, blue is my favorite color as well. So it's basically detailing like different emotional feelings, but it's displayed in different events in my life. So overall, my mind, I wanted to also get, a cover. Shout out to Black Sneakers. She did the art. I wanted this album in a mental space to be something people could visualize if you were going to an art museum and you've seen the cover on the wall, and I kind of wanted it to be like this, to be like a real art exhibit. So different emotions all displayed into this one color, and that's basically how I came up with the title.
I love that you gave the nod to the artwork and art in general, because that was absolutely the feeling I got from the cover. All of that jazz stuff you talked about, all of the Picasso stuff you talked about. So that was, the album artwork itself, I feel, is very soothing. So I think that's very forward thinking. When you're talking about an audio art exhibit, people aren't doing that. So credit to you and pushing the needle forward, man.
With the album, let's get into some of the obviously the first single, Day Job, is just like it's wonderfully done. Like the keys on there, the production, the storytelling is phenomenal. It definitely puts you into that place of a lot of artists that I've run across when I was at Loyola doing college radio, from artists who were coming through, and they were like racing up to the station from their day job, to do the interview with me, and and like still hustling, 9 to 5 while chasing the dream. And take me into like what those challenges are, because you talk about like your wife, your child. And then I understand that you were doing college. You were finishing your degree during the quarantine, recording the album. You're doing everything that society is saying that these are the things you're supposed to be doing to be an honorable, respectable person. But then you have this other thing that's driving you and that's you're passionate about, and that people may feel a way about. So like, what was that like, first recording the record, but then also going through that experience in the last year?
Really with Day Job, it was also like a song that gave me a lot of confirmation, because like you said, working a job and then trying to have a side hustle, trying to be a musician, or if you want to be anything, I think that song was also empowering for me, like on like a motivational level, telling myself that no matter what, I have to do something to take care of my family, but also my career. If I don't have any money funding my career, what else I'm going to do? I'm not going the route. I feel like it's karma in that, in my opinion. And I want to always do the right thing. That's just the type of guy I am. So with that being said, I come into grips like, okay, I'm about to graduate school. So now it's time for me to be a man. I have to do something. I cannot sit in the house and not make any money. Like, I will literally fall back. And me working me pay for more studio time, help me pay for mixing, cover art, take care of bills and family things of that nature. So it was just being like, okay, now it's just time for me to like be responsible and be a man and take care of these and not be afraid of it. So that was one of the first songs I recorded towards the album. It was actually the first song that I recorded on the album. That was back in September, and it was like a here it goes type of moment. Like I didn't record for 8 months before that song. I was facing the deepest writer's block that you could have, and not having even any money to even record. Like it was tough. So I had to get back into the flow, and that came out. My guys, DJ Payne, he produced for Jeezy, everybody can name, from G Herbo to Polo G, a lot of people. And the other guy, he had some credits with Lil Uzi back in the past. So shout out them for bringing that record together. Also, I want to give a shout out to Mac Miller. He helped me. He actually like inspired that record as well. Because in the summertime 2020, I was playing Faces, mixtape that's he
the best.
put out.
That is the best Mac Miller record.
It hasn't got on streaming yet. The vibe of that gave me that feel. So when I had to file for Day Job beat, I had like Faces written down in my notes. And I like the title stuff that I'm writing. It might not be the official title when it comes out, but that gave me inspiration. So just something different. And yeah, the actual record that helped inspired that as well, just from like a sonic perspective, was this song called Rain by Mac Miller.
And Vince Staples.
Yeah. You hear like the what stuff that I say in the hook. Mac Miller said the exact same thing in Rain.
Yo.
Y'all the first person people who I ever told that, but yeah. So a lot of things inspired.
Shout out that, man. Shout out that. I love Mac and I love Faces. And that brings the album artwork into perspective too, because I think that the Faces album art definitely reflects a little bit. I want to talk about my favorite record on the album was definitely Adult Swim with Ro Marsalis, who's just a funky I and it's a funky song, man. How did you link up with him? Talk about the production of that record.
I started recording with Ro for the first time in September when I was trying to find a new studio, but also a new engineer and somebody that I could trust with my sound and elevate it, but also someone that I can build a relationship with outside of just me just giving money, going towards my music. I wanted it to be, just for us to grow like a relationship. So that's why he got the production credit. He helped with so many things on the album. And that record came together from my guy Xander Miller. He's from I think Montreal, Canada, I believe. Canada, I don't want to get it wrong. I think it's Montreal. Instagram. He plays the saxophone. He played the saxophone on Blue Light Nights and on Picasso Blue. He also did the beat for Adult Swim and the Picasso Blue record and Blue Light Nights. Obviously, produced that. So that came together that way. I heard him play like a dance beat on Instagram, and I'm like, man, I need that. I wanted to do something different. I wanted a record that could really like gravitate towards everyone in any demographic, anywhere you're from. I feel like it has like an international feel to it. It's still my style to rap, but I wanted to do something different. It gave me a vibe. Also, once again, Miller inspired as well. It's a song called "What's the Use" on Swimming. That type of vibe, like, man, I want to do something like that. But overall, I wanted to try something different, going with it. And I really speak on a lot of nostalgic ideas and things that I've grew up on. I love the Adult Swim growing up. I love Nickelodeon from like when I spoke about Josh. I also talk about my inspirations and as far as like where I want to live. LA dreams and things of that nature. I just wanted a record that, you know, that had a lot of creativity to it. So close your eyes and visualize it. And I did a great song to perform once live shows open back up. And I think that's going to be like a great song for people. So I definitely plan on doing a fun video for that, for sure.
Right.
Before we let you go, D2X, I learned through your recent interview with Biko over at Vocalo that the name kind of is a play off DMX, one of your favorite rappers. What can you do an impersonation of your favorite DMX verse? I think my question might have stalled it, everything out.
Oh man.
Oh. All right, well, such is life. I guess we won't get a DMX performance from D2X, but
yo, go check out that album, man. The Color Blue, the short film is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Adult Swim, fantastic. The album art, fantastic. And he's back. Thank you. We need the DMX impression, man.
DMX verse, like, go.
Sorry, my connection is up and down. I'm in the basement. I can't even. Yeah, sorry.
No worries. We'll get you next time to perform DMX. No worries. But the Color Blue album is on all digital streaming platforms. It's fantastic listen, soulful, thoughtful, innovative. There's a lot of great messaging in there that you could take away from it. I really appreciate it. I love what the future of Chicago hip hop is looking like. And I think you're going to be one of the names to help lead that front. So we appreciate you joining us here on Weekend at Gabe's, and we look forward to seeing you this summer.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, we're gonna see you live, baby. We're gonna see you live. I promise.
Definitely.
All
right, that's gonna be our show tonight. That was really fun. We had a great time with Tim Barnes. A great conversation about music with D2X before his internet crapped out, but I think thankfully it came at the end, not in the middle. So it's all, you know, I think we had a really good show tonight.
You know, it was absolutely worth the extra day of the week.
It was.
Shout out to both of those guys. They are incredible people before they are incredible artists. So go follow them on all social media platforms. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, all the information to follow is right down in the description. So go click on some of them links, hop around. You know what it is.